Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed from Geese World channel. Today I want to present my CLGE contest presentation. I am one of the winners of CLGE contest, and today I want to show you how you can be one of the winners of this great contest. My topic was about cadastral energy estimation using open source GIS solution. So if you are excited with the energy topics, just let's start it. So first of all, I want to tell you why we should calculate or why we should estimate energy efficiency. First of all, increasing energy efficiency and reducing CO2 emissions are the key tasks to confront climate change. And according to the European laws, by 2015, we should have climate neutrality. And also, 65% of all heating systems are fueled by gas and oil. So, is it essential to calculate energy efficiency for each building? If yes, how we can do that for an entire community with more than hundreds of buildings? So in these presentations, I want to show you how we can do that just with having a 2D data. So we have already developed a QGIS plugin that we can easily determine and estimate energy demand, energy consumptions, and CO2 emission. So, and then I want to show you how we can enhance and enrich the 2D data by field data capturing. And I want to show you that how you can automate all the process of the calculation, map generation, data extractions for all the cadastral energy estimate projects. So first of all, we have our 2D data. For the Germany, we can easily use ArcGIS data, which is one of the official data that it can accessible for the all state of Germany. And also in these channels, you will learn how to work with ArcGIS data, how to import them to the PostGIS, and how we can work with them. And in this, so for this project, first of all, we import our data to the Postgres, and then we import it again to our QGIS project, and then we want to prepare our Q field. Then with the Q field, we will go to the field and capture different types of informations about the buildings, energetic and construction values. I will explain more and elaborate more in the next slides for you. Then after capturing these informations, we come back to the office and then using our plugin and start the energy demand calculations. Then we can extract different types of values, energy demand, energy consumption, CO2 emissions, and so on. And also, one of the most powerful part of this plugin is generating different types of a wide range of maps just with one click. I will show you later. And then at the end, we will export all the results to the Postgres. So in order to calculate energy demand, first of all, we need to know which type of parameters we should calculate it. So we need to calculate heat demand for domestic hot water, heat losses through transmission, heat losses through ventilation, and also we should calculate the heat gains, two different types of heat gains, solar radiations, and internal heat sources. With these 5 formulas or with these 5 values, we can estimate the energy demand, and then from the energy demand we will get the energy consumptions, and then we calculate the CO2 emissions. So which type of parameters from the building we should capture? So the age of the building, construction year, the height of the floor, roof shape, roof angle, number of floors, and we should have some values about the energetic parameters like the quality of the windows and outer walls, roofs, and maybe building entrance door also. The first step now is to preparing our ArcGIS data. As I told you, first of all, we import ArcGIS data to the Postgres. Then from the Postgres, we are importing it to our QGIS project. As you see, these are our sample ArcGIS data. And then we should create the attribute forms. And in this channel, we will teach you how you can work with the QGIS, with the QFill, preparing attribute form, and all these processes. So just don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, just put them in the comment section below. We will answer you as soon as possible. So as you can see, these are our attribute forms. In the attribute forms, we have different types of the parameters, and now we are exported. This is the view of the QFill, and we export it to the QFill, and everything is ready for going to the field and capturing all the informations. So in this step, we have already captured all the data and everything is ready. So you can see all the green buildings are captured. Buildings. Now you can see how many different types of parameters has already been captured for each building. Finally, we take some images from the building, so we will show that we have already captured all the informations. If we have any doubt in the office, we can check it with the images. So more than 17 different parameters needed to calculate energy demand, and we need a developmental solutions. So if we have any changes in our formulas, as you know, for different areas, for different cities, or even for different municipalities, the weather parameters is changes. For example, the number of the heating days in the north and south of the Germany is different. So we need a developmental tool that we can change all these changes very fast. And so how we can do that? We should have a plugin which is based on object-oriented, that is easy for all the developers to develop it further and make it international. So this is our plugin that is developed for the Germany. The first part is importing the raw data, like the land parcel, building, house number, and so on. The second part is the connections of the Postgres. So if you want to store all the data to the Postgres or Excel files, you can do this configuration in this part. And then with one click, you can generate different types of layers from one source, one shapefile. And then at the end, we want to have all these, we should create a different layout. For example, a layout shows the building construction year, about buildings, windows, outer walls, condition, visualizing the CO2 emissions, and all these values in different layout. So we can do the configuration in this part. If you see any warning, or if we want to show you the most important things like the formula, how we have already calculated the CO2 emissions, or which parameters we use, so you can use in the later part. And now this is the functionality of our plugin. So you are importing the different data, for example the land parcel, for example the building, and you can see all of them are loaded with their specific symbology, and you can see that how much time it saved with these processes. Then the next part is for calculating energy demand. So I import the file that we go to the field, capture the data, then I import this file to our plugin. Then you can see how many formulas are calculated for the energy demand. So then with one click, we can store all the data. Just you can see, done. it's finished. Then you can see many layers according to the project, according to your need is created, and the energy expert, city planners, or everyone can easily switch between them, see the result, compare the result, and it's really save a time. The work that should be completed in 1 week, you can do it in some seconds. And the second part is you are importing the information of the municipality, the project number, and any type of information that you want. And then with one click, more than 10 layouts generated. You can see, wow, it's great. It is the date of the date that you created these layouts, and you can see that all the legends, all the names, all the maps are same. So just please pay attention to the details that we have in this plugin. So you see we have a different type, 10 layouts. All the layouts are similar. It is for example, the name CLGE that I import, who created this map, the project number, and when. So if you have a multi-user, it is a great tool to compare what is happening. And then, as you see, the code structure of this plugin is based on object-oriented programming. So, if you are using the inheritance and compositions, properties, static method, abstract method, design patterns. Again, I want to say that if you are interested also in Python programming, and in this channel, we will teach you how to be expert as a qgis as a GIS developer and Python skills. If you are excited, don't forget to subscribe our channel. And finally, using all these functionalities of our Python in our plugin makes it increase the readability and performance of the code, so everyone can easily use it and develop it further. And then you can see the different classes in inheritance or compositions, and why we should use object-oriented programming. The first of all is increase the readability of the code, and it is really straightforward for all the developers. And also we are using a different functionality of the qgis. We are using the ORMs, the encryptions, because of the username and password of your postcase. It is very important nowadays. And finally, the unit testing. So without testing your classes, without testing your code, nothing is reliable. And then finally, why we should use this Cadastral Energy plugin. Well, it is an open source tool. It is based on object oriented, and you can, as you see, you can calculate the energy demand, energy consumption, CO2 emissions with the 2D data. It is really great, and it is really good for the first estimations. And you can use the Q field. You can capture different information attached to your geospatial data and enrich them. And it can be used for more than one user. As I show you, if you are using it for a department, it can be easily detectable who opened the QGIS, who created this layout, and when created this layout. And finally, you can produce all these maps and layouts in a couple of seconds, and you can store many times by using this type of plugin. And for the future step, as I mentioned, for this contest, it is using a 3D data and compare and the integration between the 2D and 3D data, and how we can use this 3D data for calculating energy demand, because the first step of these calculations is calculating the volume of the building, the area of the outer walls, roofs, and so on. So if we have the 3D informations LOD2 data, we can calculate it much more accurate. Or we have some commercial softwares that developed by universities like HFT, Stuttgart, like Simstadt, how we can connect this Simstadt to the QGIS. Don't forget, if you want to use a 3D data, or you want to learn how to work with this 3D data, we will create a great tutorials and videos for you in the near future. And the 3D visualization is another part. So we estimate the energy demand and we want to show all of our results on different web globe platforms like Cesium. How we can do that. Or yes, in the QGIS we have more functionalities like 3JS, but is this enough? Or do we need some more powerful tools like Cesium? If you want to also learn how to work with the Cesium, I will create a great tutorial for you in the near future. And thank you so much for your attention. These are my sources. And again, I am Mohammed from GIS Word channel. If you have any further questions, don't forget to mention them in the comment section below. I will answer them as soon as possible. And don't forget, in this channel, you will learn how to work with the QGIS, how to learn the Postgres SQL and Python programmer. And finally, we want to show you how you can use these 3 skills in the GIS. So don't forget to subscribe, and for supporting us, like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much again for all your attention.